Hello there, welcome to this session where we are looking at your higher self and your connection to your intuition. So the higher self is your connection point to the unconscious world. The point of developing this connection is so that you can have a calm inner world, always know your next move, and finally feel free to be yourself. But before we get into that, first, let's make sure this is for you. So you're in the right place if you want insight into your intuition. You want to know why you should develop your inner world as an intuitive sensitive, and if you're frustrated by things going too slowly for you, if you're tired wondering what your intuition is actually for, and if you want to do some good in this world and you want the confidence to get out there. The truth is, everyone deserves at least the opportunity to prepare in life. I know for sure what it feels like to be both curious yet scared of my intuition. So why should you listen to me, giving you insight into your life ahead as an intuitive sensitive? What do I know about intuitive sensitivity? Well, I'll tell you a story about how my intuition really got started. I was always insightful and intuitive, not something that I really thought about for myself, but people would tell me that. As I'm sure people have told you that in the past or in the present. As a child, I would get into trouble for mentioning events before they'd occur. So some things I'd kind of have a feel for before they occur, or by divulging secrets I thought I'd been told, thought people had told me certain things, and I would mention them as just a normal part of conversation, and I'd get into trouble because these were people's secrets that no one had actually told anyone, that I just picked out of someone's mind or thought process as a normal part of my day. Again, something that I'm sure you've done at some point or another, made a mistake with. But the main event occurred in my early 20s. I was reversing out of the driveway on my way to the supermarket, just doing an ordinary thing, minding my own business, when I saw a figure standing in the hallway by the front door. And I assumed at first this was a burglar who had been waiting for me to leave the house. I really panicked. I thought, gosh, there's a burglar in the house waiting for me to leave before showing themselves or coming out to burgle the house. Then I looked again, and what I saw was a real shock to me. What I was looking at was my grandmother. My grandmother had died several years previously, and what she was doing, she was standing at the front door waving to me. She made her presence known to me for months following that occurrence, and she followed me around, this feeling of her following me around, until I found a psychic development group and started going. Since I found that development group and started going, I have never seen or heard from my grandmother again. I've completed 2 degrees. The most relevant to this is my master's in spirituality, consciousness, and transpersonal psychology. I created the Intuitive Sensitive Soul Journey in order to provide a service to those going through a similar opening process that I went through. But when I did it, that soul journey was very much alone. Since then, I've served more than 75,000 intuitive sensitives worldwide and personally attended to over 6,000 clients. Okay, so we have 3 easy steps for you to follow in this session. Number 1 is watch this to the end because you'll not want to miss a thing. Number 2 is you will discover in this session what intuitive sensitives want. And number 3 is if you're ready for you to do the higher self connection, pathway to healing and intuition course. You'll want to do this course to make a true connection with your unconscious world. So we start with what you want as a group of intuitive sensitives. This is important because so many intuitive sensitives ask me, Heidi, what's my purpose? Well, just shy of 500 of you completed a survey with a few questions about what you wanted the most from life. When asked which relationship do you want to work on the most, a huge 49% of you specified the most important relationship to work on was the one with yourself. This highlights the importance of inner work. Next, the the answer was out of 7 options. Which area of your relationship with yourself is the most important to you? A massive 33% of you said you would like to sharpen your intuitive skills. This shows how intuitive insight has shifted from being something taboo, a taboo subject, into a desired outcome. I have noticed a sharp increase in desire for intuitive skills. I think you will see this happen more often, more frequently, as AI comes more something, filters more and more into our everyday world. That's artificial intelligence, how that filters more and more into our everyday existence and the everyday world that we have to cope with. The thing that enhances humans will be their capacity for depth of character, intuition, and empathy. So with this in mind, we're going to look at who you are as an intuitive sensitive. As an intuitive sensitive, your intuition is already heightened. An intuitive sensitive is a person who has both strong intuition and sensitivity. Intuition refers to the ability to sense or know something without the need for conscious reasoning or analysis. Sensitivity, on the other hand, refers to the capacity to perceive and respond to subtle changes and nuances in your environment, in your emotions, and other people's feelings. An intuitive sensitive person is often highly attuned to their surroundings and can easily pick up on the energy and emotions of others. They may be able to sense when something is not quite right, or certainly when someone is not being honest, even if there are no obvious signs. They may also have a strong sense of empathy and compassion, making them excellent listeners and supporters. Intuitive sensitivity may also have developed for you to negotiate a challenging environment. It can develop as a survival mechanism. So intuitive sensitivity can develop as a survival mechanism. Why? To maneuver a critical background. To successfully please a person or a situation that's otherwise hard to please. But why, if you have a natural intuitive sensitivity, would you want to develop it? Well, there are 6 excellent reasons why. Firstly, number 1, is to not only navigate a challenging environment, but to master it. Developing your intuitive skills helps you to see things from another party's perspective. When you can see that clearly, you can understand their motivation, what they're doing something for, the reasons why, the reasons behind it. Then you can choose how to handle it. Number 2 is intuition makes for better decision making. A simple gut feeling or hunch can guide you to the right path, and it can be the path that's not the obvious path, but with a strong feeling, gut feeling or hunch, it can guide you onto that really right path that you never would have thought of otherwise. Intuition is number 3. Intuition leads to increased creativity. You stimulate creativity by enabling yourself to tap into your subconscious mind. Why would you want to tap into your subconscious mind? Well, that's where new ideas may be waiting, just waiting there, just waiting for you to pop those up into your conscious mind for them to be discovered. Number 4 is enhanced self-awareness. Become more self-aware and in tune with emotions and feelings. Your intuition helps you be able to do this, become more self-aware and in tune with emotions and feelings. Number 5 is intuition can also help you move towards improved relationships, for you to better understand the emotions and intentions of others, which can improve relationships and social interactions. And number 6 is to reduce stress. When you trust your instincts, this is a great way for you to reduce stress and anxiety associated with overthinking and second-guessing decisions. Overall, developing your intuition as an intuitive sensitive can help you navigate through life more effectively and with greater confidence. The question now becomes, would you like some help with that? Some help with navigating your life to greater confidence, insight, and intuition. At a time in history where demand for what makes us human will be in high demand, things like depth of character, intuition, and empathy. So you have 2 options. Option number 1 is go it alone and hope for the best. Or option number 2 is learn from someone who is experienced and guided many to create a depth of character, intuitive ability, and empathy. If you're going for the second option, I have created the Higher Self Connection, Pathway to Healing and Intuition course, because it will work for you. You'll experience the Discover, Resolve, Peace method that I use for all the courses that I provide, which is a 3-step process for connecting and resolving your relationships with your inner world. Because the real issue is, nothing can truly change in your outer world unless you first address what's going on in your inner world. Your outer world may change for a bit, but it will always revert back unless you address what's running your inner world, as you change and move with that. The Higher Self Connection, Pathway to Healing and Intuition is a 3-course bundle released to you in 3 interdependent courses, each with a video, brief exercise, and simulation meditation process. Course number 1 is ready for you now. The focus is your higher self and your relationship with the ego. Course number 2, the Intuition Bridge, connecting your higher self to your inner wisdom, is where you will heal the blocks to intuitive development. And course number 3, the series is the final one to complete the set, is Taming Your Gatekeeper, Access Your Deeper Mind at Will. In each course, you will first discover what's in the way with the video. Second, you will resolve through acknowledgement with the thinking exercise. And then step 3 is to create inner peace through the simulation meditation process. The question now becomes, why would you want to put an hour of your time aside to do each of the 3 courses as part of this 3-course bundle? Intuitive, sensitive people thrive with connection to their inner world because their system is then prepared. They can then easily step into opportunities because they haven't the bogged down resistance that non-intuitive sensitives experience. Your only real issue is your belief in yourself. You may think, oh, I'll do that when I'm more confident, when I'm not so busy, when I'm not so overwhelmed. The thing is, relief doesn't come from these things in your external world. They happen when you do the inner work. The relief happens after you've done the inner work. I have carefully curated this 3-course bundle specifically for you as an intuitive sensitive. I am making it as affordable as possible by giving you 3 courses for the price of 1. That's right. You can buy each course as a standalone for the same price as the bundle, but only during this promotional period. You can invest in this 3-course bundle for less than a meal out in an average restaurant. Meal out is something you may experience as an enjoyment for that moment, but it's not going to massively change your life. These courses could. Each course will take you less than 1 hour's commitment. So go now to heidisawyer.com/higher self to make your investment. To enhance your experience further, I have 2 bonuses for you that I want to give you. Bonus number 1 is an open Q&A call. And this open Q&A session is exclusively for buyers of this bundle. So you will be able to ask me anything in that session. Even if you're not able to make the live version of this Q&A, there will be questions answered providing valuable insight for you by watching the replay. This open Q&A session, this bonus, has been valued at £47. And the second bonus I want to give you is a 1-to-1 personal soul mapping session. If your application is successful, you'll have 20 minutes with me, 1-to-1, to look at your personal soul map. These sessions are great because it helps to bring focus and clarity. This personal soul mapping session bonus has been valued at £167, but if you ask any of my clients, they would say these sessions are priceless. In summary, that's more than £200 worth of bonuses available, and I have done all I can to personalize my insights for you. If you're wondering about a guarantee, when you buy using the button below or by visiting heidisawyer.com/higher self, you will receive our standard 30-day money-back guarantee. So you have nothing to lose and so much to gain. So go now to heidisawyer.com/higher self to receive 3 courses, 2 bonuses for the standard price of 1. But you need to do it during this promotional period. So we come to the end of this session. Have a great rest of your evening, daytime, wherever it is that you are. And remember that your sensitivity is your greatest asset. Bye for now.